Archangel Michael says, there's a divine silence happening around your name right now, but not because you're being ignored, it's because you're being observed in awe. Your growth, your strength, your survival has left so many speechless. You've done something unbelievable at this age, and it's triggering people who thought they had figured out your path. You weren't supposed to rise like this. You weren't supposed to glow this bright. They miscalculated your capacity, your energy, your destiny. You've shocked them not just with your success, but with your peace. The calm in your spirit, the glow in your eyes, and the certainty in your actions are leaving others confused. They don't know how you're surviving storms that would have drowned them. This isn't just about talent, it's about timing. You arrived right when they assumed you were finished. And now, the same people who underestimated you are whispering your name with disbelief. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They thought you were too late to matter. Too old to matter. Too distant to shine again. But now, your presence is louder than any announcement. The way you carry yourself, even when you say nothing, feels like a thunderous wave crashing into their expectations. You are a walking miracle, and miracles don't follow timelines. Archangel Michael says, your soul is aligned with something eternal. No worldly clock can dictate your blooming. You've defied everything, logic, predictions, statistics. You've become the one they talk about in disbelief. Not because of what you say, but because of what you've become. They stare and ask themselves how you manage to glow in a time meant for fading. Type Amen to get blessing 444. You've shocked them by healing from what they thought would destroy you. You've shocked them by standing tall after the fall they prayed would bury you. You've shocked them by rising in silence, without drama, without revenge, just light. You've made a quiet revolution with your resilience. They noticed the shift but couldn't trace the source. It's your divine alignment, your secret weapon. The same people who rolled their eyes at your dreams are now watching your steps carefully. They didn't expect you to walk into this season with dignity, power, and clarity. But you did. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You've entered rooms that once laughed at you. You've been mentioned in circles that once ignored you. The doors they shut have opened again, but this time, you're not knocking. You're being invited. There's a sacred jealousy around you now. People don't understand how you kept going while everything was falling apart. They want your strength, but they don't want your story. You shocked them because you never competed, you just focused. While they played petty games, you built silently. And now, the structure is too big to deny. Archangel Michael says, there is fire in your footsteps now. Every move you make is guided, sharp, divine. You have stepped into your proof season. Type Amen to get blessing 626. People are scanning your face, searching for signs of weakness, but all they see is light. They're confused how you still have hope, still have faith, still have joy after all the betrayal and pain. You shocked them by choosing grace over revenge. You shocked them by smiling when silence could have been your weapon. You shocked them by not becoming like those who hurt you. Your age is not a limit, it's a declaration. A declaration that divine timing overrides human plans. You were designed to rise when others assumed you'd be stuck. There's a glow around you that wasn't there before. A divine fragrance of endurance. A shine that can't be faked, bought, or borrowed. Type Amen to get blessing 777. You are the storyline people will whisper about. The kind of story that doesn't make sense logically. You were the underdog, now you're the blueprint. You shocked them with the way you moved in silence. You shocked them with your emotional intelligence. You shocked them by refusing to beg, explain, or shrink. This wasn't just a comeback, it was a divine unveiling. You weren't just hidden, you were protected. And now, your unveiling is shaking foundations. You speak less, but you're being heard more. You show less, but you're being seen more. The less you give them, the more obsessed they become. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Your silence is more powerful than their noise. Your energy is louder than their efforts. You're moving with divine momentum, and it scares them. People keep checking in, hoping to find cracks. But you've become whole. You are not the same person they remember, and that's what's disturbing them. You are not behind. You are not late. You are divinely aligned. Everything that's happening now was always yours. Archangel Michael says, some people thought their age gave them power over you. But wisdom isn't age, it's alignment. And you, beloved, are divinely aligned. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You've shocked them by arriving at your throne in your own way. You didn't copy anyone. You didn't sell yourself short. You built your empire with bruised hands and a tender heart. They expected you to grow bitter, but you grew better. They expected you to collapse, but you climbed. They expected you to beg, but you became the blessing. Your path is your power. Your endurance is your excellence. Your presence is proof that you were always meant for more. Every step you take now is watched. Every decision you make now is studied. They never thought you'd become the one they'd imitate. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. You are a living prophecy. A walking disruption to every lie spoken over your life. A testimony that divine timing cannot be manipulated by human hands. They look at you and feel uncomfortable, because your glow reveals their own dimness. Your peace makes them question their chaos. Your stillness exposes their noise. They called it luck. But it was warfare, tears, nights of isolation, and unseen prayers. You paid the price. And now, you walk in power. They can't handle how calm you are. They can't handle how focused you've become. You're not just surviving, you're shaping something bigger. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. You're not just growing, you're evolving. You're not just winning, you're transforming. You're not just shining, you're awakening. The spotlight didn't make you, it revealed you. You already had the glow. They just couldn't see it under all the dust they tried to throw. But you dusted yourself off with glory. They laughed at your silence, but now they sit in rooms wondering what you're planning next. They underestimated the quiet storm. But storms never announce themselves, they just arrive. Archangel Michael says, the age you are now is the age you were destined to be seen. Not a second earlier. This is your divine display. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. You are the surprise twist in the narrative. The one they didn't see coming. The energy they thought they could suppress, but couldn't. They ignored your rise because it didn't look like noise. But when power moves silently, it hits the loudest. And now you're the sound in their minds they can't stop hearing. You've shaken their pride. You've disrupted their assumptions. You've broken the boxes they tried to place you in. Now, they can't categorize you. You're too versatile. Too powerful. Too divine. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. You carry too much light to be overlooked again. Too much purpose to be misused again. Too much wisdom to be misled again. You are walking in rooms now that match your frequency. You don't have to lower your voice, your light, your energy. You belong. People are doubling back on you, pretending they always saw it. But you know who clapped when you were invisible. And who stayed silent when you cried in silence. This rise is personal. This glow is earned. This stage is yours. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. You've shocked them not just by surviving, but by glowing through it. You've shocked them not by proving them wrong, but by proving yourself right. You've shocked them by not needing their validation. Your story is your crown. Your pain is your polish. Your truth is your thunder. They don't talk about your past anymore, because your present is louder. They don't whisper about your downfall, because your rise is blinding. And as they watch, they can't decide whether to envy you, applaud you, or fear you. But one thing they know for sure, you shocked them. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You didn't just walk away from the pain, you turned it into purpose. You didn't just outgrow your struggles, you transformed them into stepping stones. You didn't just get older, you got bolder. They can't process your glow up. They don't understand how someone their age is still chasing drama while you're busy fulfilling destiny. That's what makes you divine. You chose growth when others chose gossip. Your name has entered the mouths of people who never respected you. And still, you remain calm. Because you know, once you step into your true path, even enemies are forced to look your way. You shocked them by aging like wisdom, not like weariness. You shocked them by becoming more vibrant, more magnetic, more complete. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. Your age has become your advantage. You are proof that timing doesn't limit purpose. And purpose doesn't fade just because a clock is ticking. They expected you to shrink with time. But you expanded. You broke molds. You erased limitations they placed on you. Now they whisper in rooms you haven't entered yet. They try to imitate a strength they didn't help build. But your glow isn't copyable, it was created in silence. Archangel Michael says, your elevation is not accidental. Every moment you stayed silent, God was preparing thunder behind your smile. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. They tried to bury your potential under labels, too old, too late, too distant. But you are a blooming flower in a divine garden. You're not out of place, you're right on time. You've shocked them not with possessions, but with presence. You don't need to brag. Your spirit walks in the room before you do. The ones who overlooked you now want to over-explain why they didn't see you. But you no longer need explanations, you need space, peace, and continued progress. You're not rushing to catch up to anyone. You're flowing in your own divine lane. And the view here is peaceful. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. You didn't change overnight. It was layer by layer. Brick by brick. But now, the final version of you is breathtaking. Your enemies are confused by your stillness. They don't know what you're planning next, and that terrifies them. Because every time they think you're finished, you show up stronger. There are people whose ego can't handle your rise. Because they depended on your silence. And now, your voice carries more weight than theirs. This glow is not just beauty, it's battle scars turned into divine armor. It's you, fully awakened, fully aligned, fully unstoppable. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. You've become a frequency that some people can no longer access. You didn't walk away, you rose too high for the old crowd to reach. And now they mistake your elevation for distance. You've outgrown explanations. You've outgrown small talk. You've outgrown anything that forces you to water down your worth. Let them talk. Let them twist stories. You're too aligned to bend for broken narratives. You're too focused to look back. They used to laugh. Now they linger. They used to dismiss. Now they study. They used to ignore. Now they imitate. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. This is your recompense season. Where the years you lost are redeemed by what's coming next. You haven't peaked, you're only beginning. And that's what shocks them the most. They thought your light was a flicker. But it was a fuse. And now the explosion is undeniable. You're the testimony they never thought would exist. They knew your story, but they never saw the twist. Now, your life is the divine surprise. Archangel Michael says, don't explain your shine. Don't justify your age. Just walk boldly, because heaven is echoing your name. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. Even the ones who doubted you are forced to watch you shine. You don't need revenge. Your radiance is doing all the work. Every move you make now is amplified. Every step, every choice, every word, people feel the vibration. Because you are not just human anymore, you are an experience. They're trying to recreate what you did. But they didn't go through what you went through. They don't have your scars. They don't have your soul. You've left them stunned. Silent. Humbled. And still, you keep walking with grace. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. Your light is unstoppable. Your age is irrelevant. Your story is sacred. Let them do the math. Let them count the years. What they don't realize is, your blessings are timeless. They wonder how you're still standing. But they never saw the nights you stayed on your knees. They never heard the prayers. They never felt the fire. You shocked them because you weren't loud, you were legendary. You shocked them because you didn't force your presence. You became unforgettable. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. Now your silence is louder than their opinions. Now your path is brighter than their lies. Now your presence demands respect. This is your divine moment. This is your sacred hour. You didn't arrive late, you arrived appointed. You're not an option. You're the chosen one. You're not fading, you're flourishing. Archangel Michael says, don't look back now. Your past has no power over what's next. And what's next will leave the world breathless. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. Your walk, your smile, your energy, it all radiates something sacred. Even people who don't believe in miracles can't deny the miracle you've become. Let them adjust. Let them recalculate. Because your rise is permanent. You've rewritten every script they placed on your life. You've turned rejection into redirection. You've made them realize that your age didn't limit you, it defined your moment. You are the now. You are the new. You are the divine defiance. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. Your glow has made history. You've shifted timelines. You've caused divine echoes. They expected to forget you. Instead, they can't stop thinking about you. They expected to outrun you. Instead, they're watching your dust. You've earned your peace. You've earned your elevation. You've earned your presence. Keep going. Keep shining. Keep shocking them, because this is just the beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. They said you missed your chance. They whispered that your moment had passed. But now they whisper something different, they whisper your name in awe. You've become what they never expected. They tried to write your ending, but you changed the entire book. You took their doubts and built your destiny out of them. Your glow didn't ask for permission. It arrived boldly, unapologetically, with thunder and divine confirmation. The version of you that exists today silences every lie ever spoken over you. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. This is not luck, it's alignment. This is not random, it's fulfillment. You are in your divine timing, not theirs. They watched you go through darkness, thinking it would break you. But that darkness only made your light clearer. And now, that light blinds the ones who counted you out. You've entered a season of effortless grace. Your presence shakes the very ground you walk on. You are no longer trying to be seen, you are seen without effort. Archangel Michael says, they underestimated your roots. But now they see your fruits. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. There's a calm in your energy that unnerves them. It's the calm of someone who knows they're walking in purpose. It's the stillness of someone who has survived every storm meant to silence them. You shocked them by choosing elevation over ego. You shocked them by not stooping low when you had every reason to. You shocked them by moving on without needing to clap back. Your life is proof that pain can become power. That age can become an altar. That silence can become your sword. You've turned what was meant to delay you into divine momentum. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. You're not aging, you're awakening. With every year, you glow brighter. With every season, you step deeper into divine purpose. They can't box you anymore. You've grown too large for their labels. You've expanded beyond every lie they told. They can't ignore you now. Even those who never applauded now try to mimic. But you are one of one, never to be repeated. This is the era where you inspire and intimidate at the same time. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. There's no going back. You've crossed a divine threshold. Every step now is watched by angels. You are no longer waiting for permission. You are walking in authority. The kind that only comes after surviving hell in silence. You shocked them with your patience. You shocked them with your focus. You shocked them by becoming what they swore you could never be. And you did it without noise, only presence. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. Your aura is your announcement now. You don't need to say a word. Your existence is already louder than their opinions. What you built in private is shining in public. What they mocked is now the blueprint. You didn't seek validation, you became undeniable. Archangel Michael says, you have become the prophecy fulfilled. Not by force, but by faith and fire. Your glow isn't for attention, it's for alignment. Type Amen to get blessing 3232. People are curious about your secret. But your secret isn't a strategy, it's your spirit. It's the divine in you that kept you walking when you were limping in silence. The way you carry peace after all that chaos, they don't understand it. The way you trust life after all that betrayal, they can't replicate it. The way you rise each time stronger, they can't believe it. You've become untouchable, not by pride, but by protection. You shocked them by surviving what they hoped would break you. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. You've shocked them not by fighting, but by flowing. You no longer resist what doesn't serve you, you simply rise above it. And that rising? It echoes louder than any noise they ever made. You've become the one they bring up in hushed tones. Not because they pity you, but because they admire what they could never be. You aged with elegance, evolved with fire, and emerged with favor. The moment you stopped chasing what wasn't for you, everything started chasing you. You shocked them when you no longer needed to prove anything. Because now, your silence is your sermon. You are walking in beauty that doesn't fade. In confidence that doesn't shake. In wisdom that only your journey could have birthed. Type Amen to get blessing 3434. This is your divine reward for not folding when it hurt. For not cursing the storm that grew your wings. For not surrendering your worth to people who couldn't recognize it. They can't believe your age, not because of how you look, but because of how you live. You carry youth in your purpose. You carry eternity in your energy. You aren't just passing time, you are reshaping it. You are defying the belief that it's too late. Because when God writes your story, the pages turn at divine speed. Archangel Michael says, they used to joke about your dreams. Now your dreams are knocking on their doors. Type Amen to get blessing 3535. You shocked them by being quiet when they were loud. You shocked them by being light when they were dark. You shocked them by being faithful when everything around you was falling apart. They can't understand how you're so magnetic. But you don't chase, you attract. Because your heart is clean, your motives pure, and your focus unshakable. Your strength came from the places where no one clapped for you. The late nights. The silent cries. The choices no one saw but heaven did. And now, every step you take is crowned. Type Amen to get blessing 3636. You've done something rare, you've aged into your power. You didn't peak early and burn out. You peaked with purpose, when your soul was mature enough to carry the weight. Your enemies hoped you'd be irrelevant by now. But now, you are the one being mentioned in every circle. You are the one they must acknowledge. You carry yourself like someone who has tasted both the valley and the throne. And you wear both stories with grace. That's why you shine so different. You're not trending. You're timeless. Type Amen to get blessing 3737. Your energy makes others question what they've done with their lives. Not out of comparison, but realization. Because you turned your pain into a prophecy. They assumed you were done. But all you did was pause. And during that pause, you healed, studied, prepared. You are not just a person, they now see you as a force. One that moves in silence but shakes everything around it. Archangel Michael says, those who watched you struggle are now watching you soar, and they don't know how to respond. Type Amen to get blessing 3838. You've turned aging into art. Into authority. Into something sacred. You shocked them because you didn't seek revenge. You didn't compete. You simply ascended. You kept your hands clean. And now blessings stick to them. You carry a glow that can't be dimmed because it comes from within. You're no longer proving. You're walking. You're leading. Type Amen to get blessing 3939. This is the year they realize you were never behind. You were in hiding, being molded, shaped, tested. And now you've emerged refined, powerful, and unforgettable. They misread your silence for surrender. But you were just letting God finish the final details. And now the unveiling is so bright, they can't look directly at you. Your presence is a shift. Your name carries weight. And your story is being told in rooms you haven't entered yet. Let them be stunned. Let them stay confused. You have no obligation to explain your elevation. Type Amen to get blessing 4040.